Hey, what's poppin'? JinBop here, coming today with Will You Press the Button? This is actually an interesting little site where you get a button and if you press it, you get something cool, but you also get something bad. Is it worth it? I don't know. But if you guys want me to do some more of this, go ahead and click that button of your own, the like button, and see if we can get 6,500 of you to decide that this is a good idea. It might or might not be. Let's find out. So the first one that I see here is, if I press it, anyone you hate instantly dies, but that includes individuals you otherwise like, but happen to be very angry with at the moment. I don't know. I'm generally a moderate with most of my things. I don't want anyone to ever die. Even if you hate someone, you shouldn't ever want them to die. That's unhealthy. I'm gonna go ahead and say I will not. 1 in 3 people press the button? Guys, why are you so spiteful? All right, this next one is you have a free internet connection with 500 megabytes per second. Yes, please. But Tumblr is down. Forever. Well, speaking as someone who never spends any time on Tumblr, and I spend all my time instead on Reddit, YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook, I think I'm good. There's various other social media out there that I can live with, so I'm gonna go and say I will not. When you point at something and say herp, your herp comes from where you pointed at, but you consequently shout derp every time, yelling it from your own mouth. So I would point at something and it would go herp, and then I would go derp in response. It's a really weird power. I feel like I'd never really utilize it either. But hey, it's better to be able to do something than not be able to do something, so I'm gonna go ahead and press that button. I'm 1 in, I guess, 32% of people in the world who would like to have the power to herp derp whenever they want. I mean, to be fair, I herp derp pretty constantly. Alright, this next one is you can live in whatever world you wish to live in, but you will die 3 days later. I'm pretty happy with the world that I'm living in right now. I don't know about you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and say I'm at peace with where I am now. Alright, this one is you are immortal, but you constantly grow as you get older, until you become too large to support your own weight and become immobilized. Just sitting there for the rest of eternity. That doesn't sound like a very good fate. I'm gonna go and say no. Max Patrol, my penis grows too? Alright, be able to snap your fingers and appear exactly how you want to, clothes, hair, etc. But you have to live by candlelight for the rest of your life. I don't know, I'm pretty happy with the way I look right now, and this only takes me about like 15 minutes to shower and straighten my hair, so it's really not that big of a deal. I think I'd rather spend 15 minutes of inconvenience readying myself instead of spending the rest of my life being inconvenienced by not being able to see natural light. Besides, you gotta get that vitamin D, man. That's not an innuendo. Get your minds out of the gutter. I mean, hey, since I'm editing my own videos now too, I can snap my fingers and appear exactly how I want, just like this. Alright, this one says, you have the body of your dreams, however you wish for it to look, it will be yours. You can even become an animal if you want. But everyone in the world will be disgusted by you, and as a result, you will never communicate with human beings ever again. You know what? I have no need for that sort of vanity. People around me are important to me, so I'm not gonna exchange looks for everyone in the world who would ever care how I look. 25% of people wanted that? Guys, what good is having a good body if it doesn't mean anything to the people around you? I mean, that's why people want a good body, right? The image they give off to others? I don't know. Look, diet and exercise is all I can recommend, which are 2 things that I'm not very good at, so why am I doling out this advice? Alright, this next one is become a master of any instrument you choose, but you cannot write your own music. You must play other people's songs for the rest of your life. Kinda cruddy. I mean, like, it's like being granted a talent and then not being able to do anything quite with it. Imagine it's like you become the world's biggest YouTuber, but you can only use jokes and do things that other YouTubers have already done. There's no originality, and there's no point to it in that case. The entire purpose of both music and I guess YouTube is creativity, right? So probably not. Besides, I can already play piano and guitar decently well. I have no real need to do other things. Music! Oh, music! Oh, I love music! Alright, this next one is you get $1 every minute of your life for the rest of your life, but you lose your sense of humor. AKA, I retire. I gotta do some math on this one. So $60 an hour, 24 hours in a day, so that's basically it'd be a lot of money every day in exchange for my sense of humor. You know what? No, my sense of humor has gotten me so far in life. It's why I'm able to do what I'm able to do now, and it's awesome to be able to share jokes and stuff with people. So I'm gonna go and say my sense of humor is priceless. You can't put a price on it. God, that sounded egotistical. Excuse me, do you know who I am? I make people laugh on the internet. Besides, losing my sense of humor also means I wouldn't be able to laugh at a lot of things, and that takes out a lot of the joys of life, you know? Alright, this next one says you become as great of a musician as your favorite musician, but your favorite musician quits music forever. Well, my favorite musician is Daehyun from BAP because I think he's one of the most amazing vocalists I've ever heard. And as far as I know, they were on hiatus. They've had a good run, you know, they've made some good music. No point in dragging out something point in the past that it's already relevant, so I'm gonna go and say yeah. I want to be able to sing like that. Alright, this one is an unlimited supply of bacon, but you have a cold for the rest of your life. Alright, so it's all bacon and be sick. I don't know about you guys, but I like being able to breathe through my nose. Also, in a very controversial study that was posted by, what was it, the World Health Organization recently, they found processed meats are linked to cancer. Look, I like bacon as much as any other guy, but it's a little too salty and a little too oily. I mean, like, I get that it's good and all, but imagine eating it every day for the rest of your life. I get tired after just 2 strips. Alright, this next one says you will gain infinite power of all kinds, a god among men. But you have to defeat the powers that be in a sick rock off every 10 days to keep these powers. No missing it regardless of where you are at the time. I'm not very good at keeping a schedule, and I'm not very good at punctuality, so I'm gonna go ahead and say no, simply because I don't trust myself to. Alright, this next one is starting tomorrow, your life will improve dramatically. You'll find true happiness and live a life that will surpass even your wildest dreams. But you will have a painful death, and when you die, every indication that you ever lived will be erased from the face of the planet, including all memory of you. Jeez, that's harsh. I'm gonna go ahead and say no to this one. I mean, when you really think about it, happiness isn't really something that you're handed. It's something that you strive towards. And the more that you work on yourself, the more that you work on that happiness. And I also don't want my life to be completely pointless when I'm gone. Even if I'm dead and gone, I want people to continue enjoying JinBop gaming and all the videos that I've made. Which, 70 years from now, if there's still an internet, my sense of humor is gonna be woefully outdated. Alright, this one is, you become the world's greatest DJ, but you have to live in your grandmother's basement. Well, I'm just saying, I've lived in my parents' basement for a pretty decent portion of my life, so I don't think that's too bad. But that being said, I also don't really have much of an interest being a world's greatest DJ. I'd probably prefer to be able to live on my own. This guy says, what if your grandmother's basement is badass? Yeah, what if you have the coolest grandmother ever? She has like a full arcade with like a hot tub and bikini girls and, dare I say it, Fire Emblem. Unfortunately, my grandmother doesn't know what Fire Emblem is because she doesn't really speak English and she doesn't know anything about games. Alright, this one is you will become immortal, but you still can't die when the earth gets swallowed up by the sun, which will happen however many billion years from now. I'm gonna say no, because a lot of these have to do with immortality. I don't want to live forever. Nobody wants to live forever, you guys. I mean, also think about it this way. If you live forever, what's the incentive to better your life now? You gotta make something with the time that you're given. If you're given too much time, then that's how you become lazy and complacent. I have a limited amount of time on this earth, and I'm still lazy and complacent. What the hell? Alright, this one is, you can see through clothes when you want to, become slightly less attractive. Well, seeing as I don't think I could possibly get any less attractive than I currently am. No, I'm kidding, but seeing through clothes, that's sort of perversion. That's being a peeping Tom, isn't that? And besides, I look wonderful. Someone asked what kind of pervert would press this button, and yet 40% of people have pressed this button. Alright, the next one is Half-Life 3 is released, but it's a Wii U exclusive. I got a Wii U. I wouldn't mind playing it on... Actually, I would mind playing it on Wii U. You know what? I'm perfectly happy as long as I got Fire Emblem, so I'm gonna say no. Alright, this next one is all your sexual fantasies come true, but while your family and friends are watching. You know, I have to ask, there are some people out there who would have that as their sexual fantasy, so what would this answer be for them? As for me, no, 1,000 times no. Alright, this one is you become a part of your favorite book, video game, or movie. So I become a part of Fire Emblem. That's my life's dream. But you're the antagonist. Still my life's dream. God, I love Fire Emblem. Nintendo, put me in a Fire Emblem game, please. Make me the dragon. I don't care. I can be a good dragon. This is my dragon impression. Alright, this one's you have an unlimited supply of various wines for the rest of your life, but you can never drink water again. As someone who doesn't particularly like alcohol, I'm okay with this. So I'm gonna go ahead and say I'm gonna keep my water. Alright, and this last one is you become a star, but you have to wear Crocs all the time. There are people that I know who actually are both. And hey, why don't you just become a star the good old-fashioned way, by making self-depreciating videos on YouTube? Alright, you guys, that was Will You Press the Button. If you guys enjoyed this video, enjoyed this commentary, I got a button of your own to press. So I'm going to put it on screen right there. Woo! That's the button. So if you press this button, you get to be a part of the JinVision Force, and you get to become a subscriber to this channel, but you have to watch all the videos that I post on my channel from here on out. So, will you press the button? I'll leave it up to you guys, but until the next video, guys, thanks again so much for watching. Goodbye.